Okay, so far things are green. It's a good sign. Oh hey, YouTube is showing. YouTube is showing I'm live. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Oh, okay. Boy, I feel like I have not done this in forever. I like that OBS has a built-in filter to switch between either live chat or top chat, because YouTube... Josh S., how's it going, buddy? It has been a while. I apologize for that. I've actually been on Twitch the last couple of years, streaming over there and occasionally releasing terrible videos for YouTube. But how's it going? How you been? I was not expecting any of my classic viewers to necessarily show up to this stream, but welcome. Glad you're here. But yeah, I had actually switched to Mixer late 2019, early 2020, and then a couple of months before Mixer shut down permanently, I had switched over to Twitch. And I've been an affiliate over there for a little while, but at the moment I'm kind of, I'm not really sure where I want to be, if that makes sense. So I'm testing out the waters back on YouTube, and I think at the moment I'm going to split my streams and kind of do a little bit of YouTube, a little bit of Twitch, and see how that goes. And, but I might just switch back to YouTube completely if things go well. But yeah, it's been a long time. How you been? What have you been up to? Let me know what you've been up to the last, like, 2+ years. Because basically, man, I took a long break after Shinny Baby was born. We now call her Mini Shinny because she is 4.5 years old, which sounds crazy. Nice to see I'm doing well. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, Mini Shinny is now 4.5 years old. She will be 5 at the end of this year, which is just absolutely mind-boggling to me. Because honestly, I wasn't streaming, like I streamed on YouTube before she was born, like leading up to it. And then after she was born, I don't know if I really came back to streaming regularly. Like, I think I streamed a few times, like, trying to, but I could never quite get back into the swing of things. And then, like I said, 2019, 2020, I kind of got back into streaming. She was about 2 at the time. And, yeah. No, wait, yeah. That sounds right. 2019, yeah, 2019, into 2019 she would have been 2. So yeah, I took way longer of a break than I intended to. But let's go ahead and let's switch over to my other view. Oh, I'm gonna need to adjust my camera settings probably. Let's see. So let me swap this over before I start messing with things. Okay, so I'm gonna want my autofocus, yeah, set like that. 1000 ISO. It seems a little high, but I think it'll be okay. Graduating college soon, but I've also been working. Well, congrats on graduating college soon. That's exciting. What have you been studying, if you don't mind me asking? I'm gonna switch views here real quick. I had that cool Stinger transition. I had that made a while back. Because tonight's stream is going to be a painting stream. I recently got into miniature painting. I say recently, it's been like well over a year. I think it's been almost 2 years. Goodness. Yeah, I think it was about 2 years ago. I got into miniature painting. And I first started painting... let's see, let's go ahead and zoom this in. I first started painting Warhammer figures, like this guy here. Had lots of fun painting Warhammer. And then even more recently, I started getting into Star Wars Legion. Where's a good... This guy's... Oops. I just keep knocking things down over there. But I got into Star Wars Legion, one of my rebel troopers that I painted up. This guy and the rest of his squad were kind of a like a speed paint. Like I tried to paint a whole bunch of guys really quickly in one night. So I did like the whole squad of 7 guys in like just a few hours, which for me is very fast. For some people that's still super slow, but for me that is a very fast paint job. Yeah, so tonight will be a miniature painting night. Like I said, I've been doing this on Twitch regularly, usually once a week, and then I still do gaming streams as well, but I've really been enjoying the miniature stuff, so I've been having a lot of fun with that. I think this guy might be a major in business, but a minor in chemistry. Ooh, that's exciting. So this guy is probably one of my most recent miniatures that I've done. And he's also for Star Wars Legion. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mon Calamari, like Admiral Akbar. He's probably one of the most well-known. I don't even know if they can be purple, but Shinny Wifey wanted him purple, so I painted him purple. I'm not even 100% sure what I'm going to be painting tonight. Like, I have a lot of options. I've been working on I play Black Templars in Warhammer, and I've been working on one of my Crusader squads. This guy's pretty much the only one that's like mostly done. Oh, bumped my camera, sorry. These guys are like not done at all. They're mostly just spray painted black. Ooh, I got a stain on his shoulder here. I'm gonna have to fix that later. But I've been working on those. Been working on some of my Star Wars Legion models. Oh, actually, let me grab these other guys out. You gotten the chance to play the Lego Star Wars that released a few months ago? I have not. A couple of people in my Discord have been talking about it a lot, though. I haven't played any of the previous ones, and now granted, I don't know if you need to have played the previous ones to play this new one. But it was just one of those things that I knew I hadn't played them. But yeah, a couple of people on my Discord have been playing it recently, and have been just talking about it a lot. It looks really cool. So I'm excited to get that soon, hopefully. Let's see, it's kind of hard to tell. He almost looks not cross-eyed, but like, I don't know, his pupils are just, it's so hard, they're so tiny. It's so hard to get the pupils like just right. But yeah, I do want to get that new Lego Star Wars game. Then I got bunch of stormtroopers that I had worked on. I was trying to make them look a little bit dirty. I didn't want all their armor to be brand new. And then I went and painted all of their left shoulder pads red to be like their squad marking. Not for, like, I don't know, in the movies they never had red shoulders, but for gameplay purposes on the tabletop, to me it made sense, so I went ahead and did it. And I haven't started painting Vader yet. He's just primered and that's it. But yeah, so I've got this squad of stormtroopers. I've got Luke done. I have a squad of rebels done. And then I've got another squad of stormtroopers to paint, another squad of rebels to finish. The rebels have this dude on an AT-RT. Looks pretty cool. He's just a neat looking model. I haven't started painting him yet. And then Imperials have two scouts on speeder bikes. And they're just really cool models. I don't think you need to play any of the prior games, but I do recommend. It's a really fun game to play. It's been on my wish list. It's definitely one I'm going to pick up. I may wait for it to go on sale. I'm kind of a bargain game player, I guess. I very rarely buy games at full price anymore. It feels like I have not had as much time as I used to play games, unfortunately. And so I've kind of cut back a little bit. But yeah, that one is definitely one of the ones on the top of my list, though. I'm excited for it. Oh, and then this guy, I was pretty happy with him. He's not perfect, but this is a really old model. This is the Emperor's Champion for my Black Templars. This is his old model from like 2003, I think it is, maybe 2004. I don't know. This model came out a long time ago, and I 3D printed the base that he's on here with, I don't know, it's got like bullet shells and, you know, cracked rubble stuff down there. I just thought it looked cool. So that's the old model. The new updated model that they just released last fall is this guy. And honestly, I feel like they did a pretty good job of capturing kind of the overall feel. The old one, I feel like he looks like he's kind of just slow walking towards you, like menacingly. And the new one looks more like he's posing. But other than that, like they've got a pretty similar overall pose and everything. But this one's not quite done. This guy's pretty much done. This guy here, not quite. He's got a little bit more work that needs to be done. And I got a little bit sloppy with his edge highlighting. But I'm still very happy with how he was turning out. But a couple of the things, goodness, this music, I gotta change this song. This one's bugging me. Yeah, that's more calm, I guess. This guy, I just spray painted, I primered, and I gave him a black base coat, and then I did something, they call it a zenithal, either a zenithal prime or a zenithal highlight, but it's basically where, you know, I've painted him in black or a really dark undercoat, and then you spray from above with like pure white. So all of the undersides of his stuff, like from underneath, everything still looks very dark, right? And that's how it's supposed to look. Everything from under should still be pretty dark. And supposedly this will help with like when you're painting stuff, it'll be easier to see like the highlights and stuff. I don't know how well this is going to work. I've never painted a model like this guy before, so I'm kind of excited for him. He's kind of like, you know, you could use him for like D&D or something, Pathfinder or whatever. Then I got these other guys. Well, they're actually girls, but I picked up some of these models from Infinity. These are actually the only metal models that I own. But I did kind of the same thing. I did a black full coat and then a zenithal highlight from above, just to really get those highlights to show up. Now I got a whole squad. I say a whole squad. There's 4 of them. But I picked up 4 different ones. These guys. That one I think is supposed to be like the sergeant. And then this one's like just a normal machine gunner. Some kind, I don't know. These are for a different game. Infinity? I don't play Infinity, but I just thought they were cool models. I wanted to pick them up and paint them. We got a sniper. I don't know, their suits kind of reminded me of like, almost like Mass Effect. Let me see if I can get them a little bit closer here. Like, they're not quite Mass Effect, but they just kind of remind me of it a little bit. Oh, look good. I don't think I'd be able to paint models that small. I have really shaky hands. Sometimes I have shaky hands. Sometimes I have to be like really careful with them. I think this one's my favorite. I really like the pose of this one, but this one's like kind of like, I don't know, heavy weapons. I don't know if they're getting ready to like chuck a grenade or I don't know what they have in this hand. I thought it was a magazine like for their gun at first, like they were getting ready to reload, but the gun looks like it has this like drum magazine, and this thing is like kind of square. I don't know what it is, but yeah. I don't know, these models are really cool. I haven't painted any. Oh gosh, dang it. This is the song. I always forget it. There's a part in this song, and it just happened a second ago. There's a part in this song where it really sounds like one of my dogs is barking upstairs. It's like this real deep, kind of like boof. And it's just kind of very faint. It's in the background of the song. I almost don't hear it, but like every time it happens, I just kind of stop like, wait, did my dog bark? But it was not my dog barking. It was not. Okay. And then lastly, I started building, oh gosh, there's so much glare on that, sorry. I started building a Gundam recently. I haven't built one of these since I was a kid. I'm like all over the place. Sorry, my hobbies have been like everywhere. I'm just doing all sorts of stuff these days. But I started building this guy. It's like a super cheap. I got it at Hobby Lobby for like 15 bucks. But it's the, I don't know if you're familiar with Gundam at all, but it's RX-78-2 Grandpa Gundam. I even started doing a little bit of panel lining. It's a little sloppy. It's not showing up super well on camera though, because I don't know, I think I have my ISO too high for this. But oh man, the eyes look really cool with the light shining in them. That's neat. I like that. But yeah, I don't know, he's cool. Been wanting to build a Gundam too. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I got this guy at Hobby Lobby super cheap, and he's much more posable than the ones I had as a kid. Like his elbow kind of has this like, there's a joint here and a joint down here, which is really cool. And then his arm can rotate, and then it kind of has this like, it can rotate here in the shoulder, but then it can also like lift the arm up, so you can get like some real crazy like I don't know, he can like reach over his head or something that I feel like you really couldn't do some of these poses with with like the older model kits. I don't know how much I'm going to be posing, and like I'll probably finish building them and then put them in a cool pose and put them up on my shelf or something. But yeah, he's, like I said, he's much more posable than I thought. He comes with a few different interchangeable hands. I just put the kind of open hands on there like while I'm building him. Those hands look huge too. Those are giant hands, like compared to his face. Like that is just a huge hand. But yeah, I started building him pretty recently. I think I spent like an hour or two a couple weeks ago, and then like an hour or two yesterday, or the day before, I don't remember. Recently though, like I have not spent a lot of time on him yet, but he's been fun. I've been enjoying him. I had a bunch of them when I was a kid, but I never built them like very well. I was like I didn't have like the correct tools for it or anything. Like I was just like popping the sprues apart with my hands, and apparently that's a big no-no in like the model making community, but I didn't know that as a kid. No one told me. I'll set you out of the way. Okay, what do I want to work on though? Like that's the big question tonight. Because I could work on some of my Star Wars stuff. I'm trying to finish up a couple of my, like the Rebels and Empire, or like, I bought like the starter set for Star Wars Legion. And most of the models I've showed off are part of that starter set. So I've been kind of wanting to do them, but at the same time I kind of want to do something different. I like to mix up what I'm painting. I like to keep it kind of fresh. And so like that was actually one of the reasons that I had primered this guy. And I think, you know what, he might be pretty fun to paint. Especially if I can figure out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna paint this guy. I think I'm gonna work on this guy tonight. Not sure what exactly. No, I'm not sure exactly what colors I want. I kind of want this little like this little cape thing. I kind of want that to be like red, like some sort of red cloth. Primed him already. Might as well start him. To be fair, I've primed a lot of models and haven't started them, but you are right. If I've primed them already, might as well start them. That's a good way. It's a good way to think about it. I've never done this. This zenithal highlight. This is brand new to me. Like spraying the white from above. I've never done that before. Oh, I forgot to share my link in my Discord, so we'll go ahead and do that real quick. There we go. Alright, let's see here. So I'm probably going to want some reds. Get some. I'm going to try some dragon red as kind of a darker red, and then some pure red as like a slightly lighter red. I'm probably going to, his shield looks like it's made of wood, like it has like the texture in it and everything. So I'm going to need some browns. And he has like some straps on like his armor and stuff. I think those are going to be good, like leather straps probably, and his belt here. Possibly his boots as well. They look like they could be leather. So I think I will get some browns for that. His armor, I have a couple of good metallics. I've never done a, they call it non-metallic metal. I've never done it. But with that, you like paint it, like let's say you wanted this to be silver. you would paint it like a shade of gray, and then you would like add lighter grays and whites, and maybe even some darker grays and blacks in like the shadowy areas, but you would try to paint it in such a way to make it look like it's metal without being like because I have like some metallic, like very silvery looking paints that I could use and just, you know, cheat and be like, bam, it's metal. But I've never tried the non-metallic metal. I've never tried it. I feel like I need to practice some before I just like, yeah, I'm gonna do that on stream. Because I've never even done it on like a test piece. So let's see here. I'm gonna need some flesh tones, and some tanned flesh and barbarian flesh. I'm at the very least gonna get this plate mail metal and probably some shining silver out of here as well. Let's see, I'm gonna get some, where's it at? Skeleton bone. Makes for some pretty good off-white. I'm gonna get some desert yellow. This makes a pretty good khaki type color. So we get some of that out. Let's get some, you know what? I want some of this really dark red. But we're gonna get some browns. We're gonna have some oak brown, fur brown, leather brown, monster brown. Here's a bunch of different browns, so we can have some darks and lights for our browns and leathers and stuff. Let's move some of these boxes out of the way here. Probably get some black in case I need to darken anything up, and maybe some white in case I need to lighten anything up. How much time does it take from start to finish to complete a model? It kind of depends, actually. Some models I can, like if I really have like an idea of what I'm doing, like for example, so I've already painted this guy. And if I wanted to go through and finish up his squad mate here, I could probably finish this guy in like 30-45 minutes, give or take. Swampert, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? Hello there, Shinny. How about we play a game of Guess Who I Am, since this is YouTube, not Twitch. Let's see, I'm gonna guess that it's a desktop goose. That is my first and final guess. If I'm wrong, I don't know, you win a internet cookie or something. But that's my guess. Hopefully I'm right. I hope I'm right. You'd be correct. Yes! I'm so glad. Let's see, what other... What color should I make his, like, hair and beard? This guy's got a pretty good beard. And I think I want some bronze, maybe, for some of the details. Ooh, actually, I don't think it was desert yellow I wanted for the khakis. I think it was this Dune Sea. This came from my Star Wars Legion paint set. I think that one was the good khaki color for like his pants. think that one goes there. I don't know. But yeah, so it can take anywhere from, like if I'm going pretty quick, like if I was just like super speed painting, I could probably finish a fairly simple model in like 20 minutes, maybe. But for something like this, where I want to kind of go pretty detailed, this could easily take an hour, 2 hours, sometimes longer. It really just depends on like how much work I want to put into it. And Swampert, you missed a couple of things, but one was, you know, showing off this guy, which I'm trying something new with. I've never done this. This guy, I primed him black, and then I sprayed white from above. They call it a zenithal prime or a zenithal highlight, and basically what it does is it helps show you like the unfocus on him. It helps show you like all the areas where like shadows would hit. Like this is assuming the sun or light source is shining down on him from above or mostly above. And you could always like, you could do a zenithal. Whoa, that got really out of focus. Come on, camera. There we go. You could do a zenithal. Like you could have him like this, and you could spray like from an angle like this, and then like most of his backside would be dark and his front side would be very highlighted, but you'd still get a few undercuts like on his armor right here. Okay, the more I'm looking at this though, the more I kind of want to try a non-metallic metal. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. We're putting away the metallics. Getting rid of the bronze. We're getting rid of the silver. We're gonna try to do a non-metallic metal paint job on his armor. This is so smart, and as a professional artist trying to figure out where the shadows are is a bit of a toughie. It definitely can be. And when you have like an actual three-dimensional model like this, it's one of those tricks you can do to kind of help. And another thing you can do, and I'm going to do it right now because I just now thought about it, is I'm actually going to take a couple of pictures of him real quick from these angles so that I will have a base image to go back and look at and kind of see where the see where things were. So if I mess something up, I can go back and look at it. Okay, so I'm gonna need, oh boy, let's move this out of the way. I have way too much stuff in my way over here, and I need, so I have this, you can't see it, but like where my bottle is here, like another like at least 6 inches to the right and like a little bit further back is like the front corner of my paint rack. I need to just move it over, but like I have my mouse here, I have my keyboard up here, so like I don't know, I can type really weird by like holding my arms way out here. I need a keyboard tray, but this desk, I need to raise this desk. That's all there is to it. Never fear, I have arrived. Your YouTube account is your name, by the way. Just reminding you. I don't know if you want me to call you out on it or not. But I appreciate you being here. I don't know if you can like change the display or not. Like I don't know, I haven't messed with the YouTube settings in a while. You've been exposed, get destroyed. We are gonna grab a whole bunch of grays and stuff. We'll even grab this stone golem. Okay. Poop. Like, I mean, it's okay. You can definitely have it that way. I was just letting you know, because I was about to call you by your nickname, and then I was like, well, I didn't know if you wanted me to call that out, because I mean, I guess I haven't been like super secretive with my real name. I've accidentally doxed myself a couple of times. It's like our name is common enough that like it doesn't really it doesn't really cause us any issues, if that makes sense. Where's my water? Oh crap. Oh no. I forgot to wash out my water cup. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. I might have to run upstairs. Lady Caitlin, how's it going? Welcome. I gotta go wash out my water cup. It's ew. I was priming some models last night on the airbrush, and I had to pour it out into my paint cup because I didn't have anywhere else to pour the excess paint into. So now it's just yuck. Ew. So I need to see, how am I gonna do this? I have a BRB screen. Go wash it. I'm going to. I have, because I have to wash it before I start painting. I cannot paint with this dirty paint cup. I've been going through all my models with Josh S up here for the last like 30 plus minutes, just going through stuff I've been doing recently. So give me a minute, because I gotta run upstairs and wash this out real quick. So I think I have a BRB screen set up. Let's see if this actually works. Be right back. That is not a BRB screen. That is a starting soon screen. Why? Why is that? That's wrong. Is this the right one? Kind of. I mean, that gives you the up close of me, but that doesn't really help. Alright, I'm just switching it back to the normal screen, and then I'm gonna go wash this real quick. I will be right back. Sorry about that. Okay. I have returned. Sorry about that. My apologies. That's what I get for being a bad kid and forgetting to clean my paint water beforehand. It's mostly what I get for moving it over there by the airbrush and then forgetting it existed whenever I was getting ready for the stream today. Oh, excuse me, stream tonight. Thank you, Lady Caitlin. So, I'm not sure if you were aware or if you saw on Discord. I don't even know if anyone responded. I haven't opened Discord in a bit. I haven't opened Discord up in a bit. Oh my goodness, do I know how to talk? The answer is probably not. Um, but I'm testing streaming on YouTube again. I'm kind of planning on doing a little bit of both, YouTube and Twitch for a little bit, seeing how it goes. But basically, I think I'm going to do my art streams. Words are hard. I think I'm going to do my art streams over here on YouTube, and then do my gaming stuff on Twitch for a little bit. Mostly because, at the moment, you're grounded. That's my punishment for being so forgetful. I am very forgetful. I'm doing these streams. I had a long day at work, and then a pretty good night with Shinny Wifey and Mini Shinny, and then here I am trying to stream for potentially hours, and sometimes my brain just it's like I thought too far ahead, but like faster than the words could come out, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm gonna test out doing art streams here and gaming streams on Twitch, because most of my gaming streams are just with Think Computers anyways, and they're on Twitch. They do all of their gaming over on Twitch, so for now at least I'm probably gonna stay over there for gaming, but we'll see. I've heard a lot of stuff recently that Twitch is making some not great business decisions. I don't know if that's the best way to describe that. Like, basically, it sounds like Amazon is making some decisions for Twitch, and that they are kind of they're making some very short-term profit decisions, but it could hurt the platform in the long term, is my understanding from a lot of the people I've heard talking about it. Now, whether that is true or not, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna want this castle gray. That looks too plain gray. Uniform gray has like almost like just a very slight amount of blue to it, and I feel like this will look better on metal. So I think I'm going to set aside castle gray. Twitch is being a bad boy right now. That's kind of true, yes. So I'm trying out an experiment. I'm gonna drop this. I know I am. Necromancer cloak might be dark enough for the dark areas. Ash gray gonna look good. Let's take dark stone and set that aside. Maybe these 3 colors give me a light, medium, and dark. Whoop, sorry, not in the center here. But we're gonna try out what they call non-metallic metal. I've never done it before. Gotta shake up my paint here. I've never done it ever. At all. And this will probably increase my amount of time to paint this guy by like tenfold. Let's get probably like 2 drops, maybe? Shake up the lighter ash gray. I don't know if I've used this ash gray yet at all. I also want, what size paintbrush is this? 2/0. Usually, it's kind of hard for you guys to see. Usually they're labeled like 0, 1, 2. I've never seen a 2/0. What does that even mean? Like this one is a 2. Just a 2. Time to hang out with Jeremy. Night. Have a good night, Lady Kaylin. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Size 5 brush. Whoops. That is huge. A huge brush. Don't think I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna try this So that one's a number 1. Is this one my number 2? Yeah. We're gonna try this number 2. See how that one goes. Swampert, what have you been up to lately? I don't know if I've talked to you much since that night we played what is that game called? Whoop, that's way more than I meant. The paint was not coming out. Now the paint is everywhere. What is that game called? What did we play? Oh my goodness. You will probably think of it much faster than me. Like in my head I'm like, Gang Beasts! And I'm like, that's not right. That's not the game we played. Nice seeing you again, Shinny. I have to go to sleep soon. I work in the morning. But say hello to Shinny Wifey and Shinny Baby for me. Josh, thank you for stopping by tonight. Really appreciate it. It was great seeing you again. Thanks for hanging out. Go get some sleep. Have a good day at work tomorrow. And hopefully I'll see you again in the future. Have a good night, man. What is that game called? What did we play, Swampert? Kind of a mix of colors over here, maybe. Okay, for the first time tonight, I'm going to start applying paint to the miniature. Oh boy, it's been a long time coming with this. So I think what we're going to try to do with this kind of maybe midish tone color is we're just going to kind of go across the middle of the shoulder piece here. And I think I'm gonna kind of do the same thing. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just hit the whole bottom section. Do that on both sides here. Get this whole bottom part of his shoulder pads. Rinse that out real quick. It's not going to look like much yet. And honestly, I'm not really sure what I'm doing at the moment. There's gonna be some... Where's the white? Let's get some white too. Because I'm gonna need some very, very, very bright highlights as well. I want some of the dark color. And we're going to go down into the bottom section here. And darken this up. How about now? There you go. That's better. Now your display name. Shinny Wifey. Welcome back. Did Mini Shinny go to bed easier tonight? By the way, I have absolutely no idea how to do this non-metallic metal. She did? That's good. That is very good. Some of this lighter ash gray. Gonna take a shower, so I'll be a little bit. Alright, Schwampert. Good luck. All that good stuff. Don't get lost. Actually surprised me and asked if we could do you Jesus and apologize for being mean to me last night. Aww. That is a very sweet mini Shinny. She can be sweet, who knew? Not me, man. I did not know. Sometimes a little mini Shinny is a little wildfire. Now, have I mentioned I don't know what I'm doing? We are trying out a technique called non-metallic metal, and I have watched all of 0 tutorials. I have like her daddy. That's accurate. Yeah, exactly 0 tutorials. No idea what I'm actually doing here. About the only thing I do know is that take a bunch of colors, like grays and such, preferably darks and lights and all that good stuff, and you kind of build up a gradient. I'm trying to do a little bit of a transition here. Get like a nice... This is actually one of the things that a wet palette is really good for. It's getting this very intermediate color. Whoop. Sorry, bumped the camera. But a wet palette is really good for letting me mix my paints very well. I try to get it in like a good view of the camera, like, but it's kind of like, no matter what I do, it's kind of a messy view for the camera, but I'm kind of just mixing a whole bunch of grays together down here. And I definitely know that like I want this whole top section here to be like a lighter shade, and this part is not going to show up very well just yet, I don't think. But you're supposed to kind of make it look like the metal is like shining and reflective. How will I redeem hydrate now? You know what, random user? I don't know. I do actually have my emotes uploaded to YouTube as well. Apparently I did it a long time ago and forgot about it. It was cute. All of the doggos were in Talia's room. You told me that. That's what you were saying. Or maybe I read the text about that. Random user, welcome. I'm just kind of testing this out at the moment. Going back to my roots a little bit here. On one hand, I'm trying to keep my YouTube channel kind of a little bit more active than it has been. Because we all know I'm terrible at uploading videos on a regular schedule. You know what? That works. Give me a second here, and I will hydrate for you. Let's see, because I think I'm kind of wanting to do something like this, maybe. I feel like this isn't going to be extreme enough. Like, that shoulder pad doesn't look like metal to me at all. I probably should have watched a tutorial video on like how to do this before, you know, before I started. Maybe I should look up a guide on my phone. How you doing tonight, random user? I'm trying to do a technique that's called non-metallic metal, and I've seen it done. I know how it's supposed to look, but I've never really like watched a tutorial, and I don't know how I'm supposed to do it. Let's see if I can find something real quick. Blah, blah, blah. It's a way of painting metallic area using non-metallic paints. That's what I'm trying to do. Doing good? That is good to hear. That is good to hear. How do things look on YouTube, by the way? Like, YouTube actually lets me stream at a much higher bitrate than what Twitch does. And I've had much less like drops so far tonight trying to send to YouTube than I usually do to Twitch. So I don't know if maybe I just have a better connection to like YouTube server than I do for like Twitch's. Let's see. To create the look of metal, there's one trick. Contrast. Metal is highly reflective. Where metal catches light, it will shine very bright, often to a white. And where there's no light, the metal will be very dark, nearly black. Looks fine. Good video and audio. Good to hear. Good to hear. I really hope. Okay, so here is a. Hold on, is my phone in like night mode? It is. Let me turn this back off. Okay, so this picture, this is what they call non-metallic metal. All of this like gold is actually just painted with like oranges, yellows, and maybe some whites for some of the really, really bright highlights. And that just looks really, really cool to me. So I think I need to start with a darker, like a darker gray, like, because I was using this gray down here, and I think I need to go even darker, like to this either necromancer cloak, or even maybe I need to take that and some black and start with that. How to paint steel non-metallic metal. Time needed 5 minutes. Okay. I'm going to quickly paint this Chapa Sword. I'll be focusing on keeping everything relatively gray on this instead of going into more pure colors for a vibrant weapon. I want something dark and gritty, not super bright and shiny. Okay. Use blue grays for highlights if I wanted something shiny. Also, I could use browns for shading as well to give it an earthy and dirty look. Okay, sketch the colors. I like to start by sketching the colors where I feel they should go. I drop in the dark shadowed areas and the lightest areas. And I'm working over a white primer. I just find it's way easier for what I'm doing. Okay. 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 I see what he's doing. That's on a fairly flat piece. I need like a... I want to see like a piece of round armor that they're doing. Dang it. Dang, okay, so here's one that I just found. They're just showing off some like leg armor. That looks so cool. That is so good. I don't know how to paint like that. Okay. I'm gonna leave that sitting over here in my view. I'm gonna pull out some of this really dark necromancer cloak. We're gonna go for these darker colors. We need contrast. Right? Like that looks so good. I don't know how to do that. I don't think this was shaken up all the way. That looks like I got a bunch of the, I got like the, it comes with like, not filler, but they call it like a medium. There's like a liquid in these paints. Like that does not look like this dark color. I don't know. It didn't come out right. Let's shake it up some more. I keep saying this, like every time I do a paint night, I need to get one of those paint shaker things. So I'm not sitting here shaking paint like this. What the heck? It doesn't look dark either. Okay, there is some dark in there. There we go. There we go. Alright. So, first off, let's get some of this dark off. Way too much paint on my brush. Let's add some of this dark into this kind of lower. Man, that just looks so good. How do I do this? How do I learn how to do this? Honestly, I kind of feel like I need to take some of this darker color and like almost like cover the whole shoulder, just like start back over. Whoops. Just have to believe, Shinny. That's how all problems are solved. You know what? You're right. Just gotta believe. Gotta believe that I can paint non-metallic metal. And then voila, I will be able to paint non-metallic metal. We're gonna try just this one shoulder for now. Start like that. I feel like this edge should have some dark. And maybe this very far back corner. In this little recess right here. You know what? We're gonna have kind of a dark spot right across there. Just gonna kind of mirror that a little bit onto this other side. Alright, I'm back, but I'm now thinking that I should sleep so I can get up tomorrow at a decent time. So good night, Shinny. Also, hi and goodbye, Random. Swampert, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it, man. Have a good night. Also for Random, who wasn't here for the earlier conversation, Swampert is Desktop Goose. If that helps you out at all. Hi and bye. Blaziken better? Ooh. That's probably like fighting words or something. I don't know. I'm not up to date on Pokemon. But I personally also think that Blaziken is better. I'm like a fire type main. I'm like Blaine from Gen 1. Just give me all the fire types. Is it efficient? No. Is it good for clearing all the bosses in the game? Also no. Do I enjoy lighting things on fire? Yes. Did I just dip that into the lighter color? How the heck did I do that? I don't know what I did. Somehow I got some like very light gray on the tip of my brush there. Alright, so now we got our very, very dark color. We need a lighter color. And basically I need to kind of hit some of the edges of this area. Like that. See, how do they do this in like the really... There's not really any like concave shapes on this. I'm like trying to use this to like compare, because like he has like really dark colors here, and then it like works its way up to the highlights. So dark, kind of medium, highlight, and then really bright edge highlights, which makes sense, especially right here. But like he also got like super dark right next to this edge highlight, but it looks so real. Like this looks like it could be metal. And same like right here, there's like some really dark with some highlights like right in the middle. Like it is really studied like how metal like reflects and stuff. YouTube, OBS, or just my internet in general. I was just talking about how good you were doing, and now here you are dropping frames. I'm just gonna have to keep going and hope that I start getting some frames back. It's like some hyper advanced color knowledge, right? I think I like really knows how the metal is supposed to look. try to leave this like a real thin band of kind of dark across here. I don't know if this is going to look good or not. But hey, here we are trying it. Let's get a little bit of this in between gray. Like I said earlier, no idea what I'm doing. Basically, focus on his shoulder, not on, it's trying to like focus on his cape or something, but I'm trying to kind of like blend my way from like the really dark area to the lighter area. I don't know if this is going to look good or correct, but it is, it's what we're going for here. Get into the even lighter gray. Oh. I feel like I'm gonna have to watch some tutorials. This is This is not looking nearly as cool as I thought it was going to. Like, I feel like I'm kind of getting like the, I don't know, it doesn't really look like it's like reflecting. Like I was trying to kind of go with like the curve of the shoulder piece, but it's just not quite fitting how I thought it was going to. Let's get like tiny bit of like pure white on here too. So basically I want like right here in the middle of this, right here on this tip, here on this, little tiny speck of pure white. Like, I don't know, it's just not quite giving off like the shape I had hoped. Like, I don't know, it almost just looks like I painted like some stripes on it or something. Well, thank you. I mean, I don't think it looks bad by any means, but it's just not looking how I was wanting it to look. I'm gonna need to practice some more with it, I think, before I like really get good at that type of thing. And I don't know if you were here when I was kind of explaining this, but on this model and on a couple of other models, excuse me, I'm trying out something they call a zenithal prime or a zenithal highlight. Basically, I primed the entire model with black or like a really dark gray, and then I sprayed white from above. So as you can see, like if I kind of tilt the model up, everything's still, whoop, sorry. No, focus on the dude, focus on him. Everything looks like very dark from underneath, but from above, everything looks very white and light colored. And so I tried it with this guy. It's supposed to help you like see where the highlights are. And I also tried it, I have these other models I got from, these are from Infinity. They were just cool looking, like, I don't know, sci-fi lady models. I don't know, they got guns, they're wearing like spacesuits with like some light armor. Like, it just looked neat. I grabbed a couple of these, but I think you can see them better like on this kind of model compared to his. Like, you can really see how like it looks like the light shining from above, like down onto the models. And I have a couple of different ones. Like that one, that other one was like the squad leader, and this one is like just kind of a normal, I don't know, machine gunner or something. And then there's a heavy weapons. And you can really see how like underneath everything is still very dark underneath, but then from above everything is very highlighted. It's supposed to help with like figuring out where you're gonna put like your shadows and where you're gonna put your highlights and stuff on your model. I figured I'd give it a shot, try it out. I do not like how that shoulder came out. That's gonna, I don't think, I need to hold off on doing his armor, because that's gonna bug me. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with how that's turning out. So I'm gonna have to like come back and work on the armor later, like after I've learned how to do this non-metallic metal. And I almost want to like, take some models that I don't really care about, because like I think I have some Space Marines that are like primed. Ugh, yeah. Like, this guy's even, he's missing an arm. Like, this is just an old Space Marine. Like, I could just paint over him and like maybe do like a non-metallic metal thing on his shoulder pad or something. Oh no. But like I have, I don't know, just a bunch of, like, these are some of the ones like when I first started getting into Warhammer, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna build Space Marines, and I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just started building. Like, this guy, I was like, yeah, he's reloading, and I'm like, honestly, his model looks kind of dumb. Like, it was a lot cooler sounding in my head. And I don't even know what gun this guy was supposed to have, but his hand is missing. He's like, he was like holding it up above his head and he's pointing. But I don't know. I probably won't ever actually use these models in like 40K. But I don't know, something like that might be good for practice. Just some models that I'm definitely not going to use. I don't know. But for this guy, I thought it would be cool to do his armor that way, but that is not good enough. That bugs me. That bugs me quite a bit. I'm going to paint some of his other stuff just to step away from him a little bit. Give him a hook. Oh, the guy without a hand? Or, I guess there's the one guy without a hand and then the other guy without a whole arm. I could give either one of them a hook. So we're going to use some of this Dune Sea, which is like overflowing out of the top here. Okay, that part of my wet palette was apparently much wetter than I thought it was. Oop, sorry, bumped the camera. Yeah, we're just gonna, I don't know, fill in some of the other colors. And I'm probably gonna have to come back to like the armor another time. Because I need to learn how to actually do that. Like, cause it's just, that's not gonna pass like my standard. Like of how I want it to look. You know, like, I don't know, a lot of times you kind of have like your own like minimum where you're like, okay, if it's not at least this good, it doesn't, not good enough. And that's kind of, it's kind of where this guy's shoulder armor is right now. It's not good enough. I want to learn how to do it better. I need to watch some videos and like watch some other people do it more, so I can be like, oh, that's how I'm supposed to do it. And then I can come back and do it right. It's like, excuse me, sorry. This is actually much lighter pants than I was expecting this to be. I'm gonna have to put like a wash on here. And maybe use like a darker color mixed in here to give it some shadows, like especially underneath. Now, if you use transparent paints, like over this zenithal highlight, like, let's see, do I have any good transparents? I only have a few contrast colors. I've got a brown and a flesh tone. I've got black. I've got, is that two different purples? I do have a dark purple and a light purple. Sorry, I don't have very much of this contrast. I have this one that looks black in the bottle. This stuff is like expensive per bottle. Like each one of these little tubs I think is like $7 or $8. Like it's cool, and it's like it's transparent. Honestly, maybe I could give him. I was gonna paint his cape red, but red might be, I don't know, maybe I'll do one of these purples. I think this one wasn't dark enough. This one, I think this purple was the one I ended up going with on my Sisters of Battle. Hold on. They're in one of these drawers. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Yeah, those paints are not cheap. These, if I wanted to just go like buy one bottle of this, it's like $2.50. Like these aren't too bad. This is Army Painter paints. They're a cheaper brand, but they're still good paints. Citadel paints though, like their normal stuff, like this layer paint, and this is like comparatively, this is probably about the same amount of paint. Just to say how many ounces. This is 12 milliliters. This is 18 milliliters. So this is actually like 50% more paint. And this is like $4 or $5 for this, and this is like $2.50 for this. And I've mostly been using these just because they're cheaper, but honestly, most of the time I don't really notice like a difference in quality. But when I first got started painting, all I knew was the other paint, like the expensive one. Yeah, okay, here's my Sisters of Battle. Shinny Wifey got me these for Christmas. Not last year, but the year before. And I haven't finished painting them yet. I haven't finished painting a lot of things. But this was one I was working on. And it's got this real dark, like deep purple. And I think, like here's another one where I pretty much only painted the purple. And I think that real deep purple will look good on his little sash cape thing. Sorry, that was louder than I thought it was going to be. And then Army Painter, like they have these, you know, they're normal paints. They recently released a speed paint line, and I think the starter set is like $50, and I think you get 10 paints, maybe 12. But their speed paint line is more like these, where it's this, like, these are called contrast, but the speed paint is like transparent paints. Oh, what do you think though? You think purple? Purple for his sash? I think I should. Should I do the? God, this is like, I feel like I don't have the right paints for some of this. Like, cause I'm sitting here, I'm like, yeah, I should do the skin tones, but I kind of want. Oh wow, I did not realize this one had this like orange gunk at the bottom. Does that mix back up in there? Doesn't feel like it's mixing back up. Purple? Alright, we will do purple for the cape. I mean, Shinny Wifey will be happy with that too. But I'm just trying to think, because if I do the purple now, like especially like around his face here, and then if I go back to try to paint his face, there's not a way to like touch up with this paint. This is kind of an all or nothing, like you go at it first, or like you kind of use this at the last. So I kind of think, but if I paint the face and accidentally get some on the cape, it's also not going to look good under the purple. Dang it. What color should his hair be? Should I just give him brown hair? I mean, I could use the contrast, because I have some Cygor brown contrast, which is like, it's the transparent brown. This could work for his hair and beard. And then I have this flesh color one, which could work on his face, like the skin on his face. I could just kind of use those and then do the purple and see how it looks. I think I might just do that. We're gonna do that. We're just gonna try to contrast this guy up. So we're gonna start with the flesh color. And I hate these paint pots, like, I always feel like I'm gonna spill them, but like you just kind of have to open them up like this. The brown, okay. We will do the brown for the hair then. But we'll gonna have to let that dry a little bit, but basically that's gonna hopefully give some details on the face. I almost feel like I didn't highlight the face enough. Like I may need to go back and add some like really light skin tone highlights. Now we're going to try the brown, and if I remember right, this bottle does not like to stay open. I need to very carefully get his eyebrows. Very carefully. See if I can get this kind of like this side of his face to me still came out like very gray colored. And kind of same with his ear. Like his ear came out like very kind of dark. So I think there's a very good chance I'll need to come back and add some highlights. But like the top of his hair, like the top of his head did come out much lighter than like his, like the beard being lower. And I mean, for a very quick paint job, like that looks very good, because all I had to do was just kind of cover it up. So let's try purple. Let's try the purple for his cape thingy. This is coming out like a super dark purple, which is okay. It's just, it's very dark. Make sure I get like his little neck scarf area without getting it like all over the rest of him. Like that is much darker purple than I was expecting. Especially with that like white highlight underneath. Just maybe wick away a little bit of this up here on this top part. Bring back a little bit of that highlight, maybe? I don't even think that's gonna do all that much. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see how that looks when it dries. But there's a very, very high chance that I'm gonna have to come back with some like lighter purples. I was kind of expecting that contrast to show more of the highlight underneath. But it's still very wet in places, like especially right here, like around his neck. So definitely gonna have to let it dry. And I mean, underneath the cape it looks almost black, which is pretty much what I wanted. I feel like I should do like his little belt sash thing with the same color. But I don't know. I do not know. I do, however, think that I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I think this was a pretty good test for tonight, especially for like just kind of testing out YouTube, seeing how it's going to go. Also, random user, definitely, you do not need to like sub over on Twitch and like sponsor here or anything like that. Like you don't have to do both. I mean, you don't have to do even one of them if you don't want to. But definitely like don't feel obligated like to like try to sponsor over here too. I guess is what I was trying to say, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. I kind of wanted to try out YouTube again. It kind of got the thought in my head a few weeks back, and it hasn't quite gone away. And I've been reading some stuff and watching some videos from some larger creators and people that, you know things a lot better than I do. And I guess Twitch has made some not great business decisions recently. I mean, they're good from a business perspective. Like, they will probably make some profit short term, but some people are saying like, oh, this is going to be the death of Twitch or whatever. And I mean, I don't necessarily think that that's going to be the case. And even one of them I was watching, they had a much more reserved, and they're like, this could be like taking Twitch in the wrong direction that could cause them to have a downfall several years in the future. But I guess they're making some business decisions to make as much profit as they can in a very short amount of time. And yeah, and I'm not planning on just moving over here or anything like that. But what I think I'm going to do at the moment is I think I'm going to have my art streams over here, like my painting stuff here on YouTube. And then I think I'm going to do my normal gaming stuff on Twitch still. And just kind of do a little bit of both. And so I'm using my laptop here to stream my painting streams. And then I use my desktop over there for the gaming stream. So this kind of works. So instead of like switching my settings back and forth, I have my settings on my laptop set one way, and then I have my settings on my desktop set the other way. So I have stuff set for YouTube here and stuff for Twitch over there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna test the waters, see how things go. I'm not planning on jumping straight back over here or anything, unless somehow like my viewership on YouTube like goes through the roof. Before you got here, almost immediately, like when I went live, one of my viewers from back when I used to stream Dokkan was just here, and he was like, "Hey, long time no see," and I was like, "What?" Like, I wasn't expecting it at all. His name was Josh S, and I remember that username from way back in the day, and I can't remember if he had tuned into any of the more recent YouTube streams, or if it was just like from before Mini Shinny was born, or I guess back then Shinny Baby. But yeah, it threw me off. I was not expecting someone to be here from that far back, and so that was really cool. That was really cool. Seeing someone from years ago. I think he was the only one, but it would be kind of cool if like some of the old people from when I used to stream regularly on YouTube, like if I kind of start doing it more on here, it's possible that some of them would show up, which, I think could be neat. If not, though, no big deal. I'm not exactly like a professional at this or anything. Like I don't know. I have a few thousand subs on YouTube and 200 and something followers on Twitch. I'm a small streamer and small YouTuber, but I enjoy it. I have fun with it, and it's always fun having people like you and them, you know, show up and hang out and chat with. So I have no intentions of stopping anytime soon. Izanagi NZ, oh my goodness. We see, random user? I was literally just talking about how there's some people from way back in the day. Random user, I just realized you're not a mod over here on YouTube. You've been like my mod for like forever. Hold on, I gotta like open up the YouTube view. Oh, that's hilarious. Can I pop out the chat window? Will this work? There we go. Can I? There we go. Now you're a moderator. Perfect. Random user's been like my mod on Twitch for forever. But Izanagi, how's it going? I'm just kind of finishing up here, but was just kind of talking about some stuff. I'm hoping, at the very least, I think I'm gonna do my art streams over here kind of regularly. But yeah, we were just talking about like how I haven't seen some people in a long time, and then poof, here you are. Yeah, random user, you were not a mod over here. You are now, but you weren't. Which was kind of funny because I actually went through my mod list whenever, like, before I started streaming tonight, and I had like 50 mods. I had like way too many. It was like, I didn't know what I was doing back then when I first started streaming on YouTube. Like, people would show up regularly and I'd be like, oh, you can be a mod, sure, cool, and I would just hand out mod status to people. And I had so many, so I went through and cleared out a bunch of them. Like, if I didn't like really recognize the name anymore, I went ahead and cleared them out. But Izanagi here, I remembered the name. It's been a long time, but I remembered the name. But yeah, so I think I'll do art streams over here, and I'll keep gaming on Twitch for now. I don't have any plans to stop on Twitch yet. I feel like something's gonna have to like really go poorly before that happens. I think it was 5 years ago I got mod. That sounds about right, because that was about whenever I was streaming on YouTube regularly. Yeah, it has been 5 years. Mini Shinny is going to be 5 in December. That's how long it's been. Because it was before she was born. Like that year. Like that spring, early in the year, 2017, was when I started streaming on YouTube. Like, I had already been on YouTube, like, making videos for a couple years, and I don't know how to make videos. I'm bad at it. I'm terrible at making videos. I'm terrible at editing. I'm terrible at, like, making the videos that, you know, like, people want to click on and actually watch. But live streaming, I enjoy it. I don't know if I'm good at it, but I enjoy it quite a bit. It was a long time ago. A long time ago. I mean, I have a toddler who's in preschool right now that I did not have when I used to stream on YouTube. I've been on Twitch for about 2 years now, because Random User is on like a 2-year sub streak. I think he hit 23 months. And it took me a month to get affiliate before he could even sub. So yeah, I've been on Twitch for 2 years. And then I was on Mixer for a little bit before that. I actually quit Mixer before they shut down. I say that like I'm Like, I don't know. I tried Mixer for like 3 months, and I don't know, there was some neat features. Like, you could earn sparks by like watching channels, and then you could spend the sparks. It was kind of like a different way of like channel points on Twitch. YouTube doesn't have channel points or anything like that, so that kind of sucks. So I don't know. I might have to figure something out for that. Yeah, Random User's been subbed for pretty much 2 years. He's dedicated. He's been there. I don't know how he does it. He's just always there. It's crazy. But yeah, so now I'm planning on kind of, like I said, I'll probably do painting and art streams here. Maybe sometimes I'll do hobby building, like I've been building a Gundam recently. I've got him in this little pack right here. His like torso and arms are built, and that's it. That's all I've got built. Rando is a true day one. He really is. But yeah, I started streaming. Honestly, the reason I started streaming on YouTube was Izanagi, you might remember him, but I used to watch Demonty Gaming. I used to watch a whole bunch of his Dokkan battle videos, and then he started streaming, I want to say like December or January of, 2016, 2017, something like that. And I remember like joining a couple of his streams and watching some of his videos, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, and then he was doing it, and I was like, I could do this too. Maybe not as good, but I could do it too. And back then, like when I first started watching Demani, he was pretty small. He was like sub 1,000 subscribers maybe. Like, and now he's like 100K or more, I think. Hold on, I'm pretty sure I'm still subscribed to him. I'm gonna pull this up because I know I'm still subscribed. Where is he? Demani, where are you? I'm subscribed to 200 people. Here he is. Demonty. Come on, load. 107,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I remember seeing his stuff and just thinking to myself, like, I could do this. And back then Dokkan was, still kind of very niche. I don't know what the right word for that is. But there really wasn't that many streamers for Dokkan. And I mean, honestly, even streaming on YouTube was still kind of new at that point. And yeah, I started streaming it, went ham for like 9 months. Then we had a baby, and I took like a 2-year break. Did not intend for it to be that long of a break, but that's kind of how it happened. Like, I initially planned on just taking like a month off, but Shinny Baby had colic. I don't know if either one of you are familiar with what that is, but it's not like a disease, and it's not exactly a sickness. It's almost like a condition, but basically like the baby just screams and cries for almost ever. It feels like it was like almost a full year of just, at all points in time, if baby was awake, baby was screaming. There was no, and it wasn't, they didn't need food or need toys or anything like that. They just would scream. That was just how it worked. And that first like year was miserable, and there was no way I could stream. Like, I mean, I was barely getting sleep back then, and there was no way I could like come down here and try to stream to YouTube with a tiny audience and leave Shinny Wifey upstairs to deal with that. And so I just, like, I couldn't do it. And so the what I had originally planned to be a very short break ended up being a super long break. But here I am. I'm back. Back on YouTube. I've tried to make a few videos over the years, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just not good at videos. I try. I've tried to make tutorials. I've tried to make videos. For some reason, my Xenoverse 2 tutorials are like insanely popular, and I don't understand. I don't know what I did to make those videos so popular. But if you want to know how to unlock Kaioken in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, just search it on YouTube, and I am the #1 result. And that video has like 250,000 views or something like that. It might even be more than that now. That was the last time I checked, and I feel like that was a couple of months ago. That video regularly gets like hundreds of views a day. It's insane. I don't know why. I don't know what I did. It's not even that good of a video. It's like 4 minutes long. Maybe the algorithm has blessed you with that video. It's like 4 minutes long, so it is probably one of the shorter ones on like how to unlock that transformation. But like I only made a handful of Xenoverse videos. That one got insanely popular. There's another one, I think it's Kamehameha, but it wasn't as popular. Like Kamehameha has like around 100k views, which is still pretty good. I mean, for only having 3,000 subscribers, 100,000 views on a video is pretty good. But both of those videos are like years old, and I get people commenting on them all the time, and they're like, I did this level and I did what you said and it didn't work. And I'm like, literally in the video, I'm like, it's a chance. It's only a chance that you get it. You have to do it perfect. And if you do it perfect, there's a chance that you unlock it. But I guess I wasn't clear enough in the video, because they're like, I did it exactly and I didn't get it first try. And I'm like, do you not see these other comments of like dozens of people that are like, oh, I did it 5 times and got it, yay. It's like, you don't necessarily get it the first try, but nobody understands that. It's not a guarantee. But yeah, I don't know. None of my Xenoverse tutorials are actually any good. They just, like you said, the algorithm blessed me. I don't get it. I don't know. I was kind of all over the place with like my gaming videos though too. Like I burned out on Dokkan, and I couldn't do it anymore. I don't even have it installed on my phone. I couldn't make videos. I couldn't live stream it. Like I was done. Like just could not do it. And sorry, trying to clean up a little bit here at the same time. Then I kind of, jumped around between a bunch of things. Xenoverse apparently was pretty popular, but it wasn't a game that I felt like I could just... I'm just waiting for that next Genshin Impact tutorial. Man, it's been a little bit since I've been playing Genshin regularly. I used to play Genshin every single day, and I did that for like a whole year, and honestly, I feel like I kind of burned myself out on that one too. I still love Genshin, but like I took a break for a little bit, and I feel like I need to kind of get back into that. But I feel like I'm not very good at making the tutorials and then editing the, like when I'm trying to make a tutorial, it's like let's say I recorded 30 minutes of footage and I'm like, okay, I need to edit this down to like a 5-minute tutorial or something. It would take me like 4 or 5 hours to edit that. I'm not any good at editing. And I've watched videos and they're like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And you gotta like use these shortcuts, and here's the tips and tricks on how to edit faster. And so I went from like 4 to 5 hours to like 3.5 hours to edit that 5-minute video. And I'm such a small YouTuber that, like, not in a bad way, like I know I'm a small YouTuber, but like I don't have that many subscribers, and a good chunk of my subscribers don't care about my Genshin videos. They want me to make more Dragon Ball Xenoverse videos, and I don't want to. I'm tired of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Um, I don't even have that installed either. I haven't played that in years. And Genshin drained away my soul. I understand that very well. I really do. I understand that super, super well. Um, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. I'm really bad about, I'm a variety gamer. I'm a variety streamer. I I can't stick to one topic. It's like I have ADHD or something. I'm like, I don't think anyone has played Xenoverse in years. You would think, but they're still watching my videos daily, and they're still commenting on my Xenoverse videos, wondering why they didn't get it the first time. They want to know why they did it perfect and they didn't unlock Kaioken. And I'm still replying to people weekly. I'm replying to people and like, hey, sometimes you got to do it a few times to unlock it. It's not a guarantee. And I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm like, if you read any of the other comments, there's like hundreds of comments on that video. Hold on, hold on. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I'm going to pull up YouTube Studio. And I don't remember. Okay, I guess I don't have my camera at the view where you guys can see it, but like, I know at one point, like, you weren't supposed to like show your like analytics, like you weren't supposed to be like, here's how much money I make on YouTube. And I don't know if that's still the case or not, so I'm not going to show that. But oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I gotta switch the camera just so you guys can see this though. So here's my YouTube Studio. Here's how to unlock Kaioken with, okay, I'm at 249,000 views, so not quite to 250k. 3.5k likes and 681 comments. A chunk of those comments are me replying to people. And then how to unlock more parallel quests, 109,000 views, 289 comments. How to unlock Kamehameha, 79,000 views, 179 comments. Like, just insane amounts of views and comments for Xenoverse. And I'm still like, let me click on Kaioken real quick. I want to see. Let's see. Will this tell me? Okay, so in the last 28 days, this is my Kaioken video. It got 4,000 views. 4.4k views. That's insane. Can I? 119 hours of watch time. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I got 20 of my subscribers in the last month are because of this video. These people want me to make more Xenoverse videos. I don't want to make more Xenoverse videos. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I tried to make like some miniature painting videos and some tutorials, and I tried to make some like, I don't know, like tried to make videos like focusing on some of the stuff I've been doing recently, like, you know, painting miniatures or things like that. And because I've been really enjoying that. I started painting miniatures about 2 years ago. A couple of my friends tricked me into playing Warhammer 40k, and I got some miniatures for that, started painting them, had a lot of fun, and then I realized there were more miniature games out there. I realized there was more than just Warhammer. Like, there's Star Wars Legion, there's a bunch of, like, you know, D&D type stuff, and Pathfinder, and I don't know, there's a bunch of different sci-fi games, and there's fantasy games. There's all sorts of stuff, right? There's just tons of cool miniatures out there and tons of cool models that I'm like, I want to paint that. And so I've been kind of doing that for the past 2 years, and learning and practicing, and I don't know, I thought, you know, oh, I could make some videos for this, but I need to like take film classes or something. I don't know. Like I don't know what to film, especially in real life. Like in a video game, like let's say I'm making a tutorial like for Xenoverse. It's like, okay, I record the thing that I need to do and be like, this is what you got to do to unlock this. And then I edit that to be just a few minutes long, and poof, it's on YouTube. But for like real stuff, like I need to be like recording like with a real camera, not just like in-game stuff, but like with, if I want to make painting tutorials, I gotta record with a real camera and record potentially hours of footage of me like painting something, or you know, painting part of something, like how to paint a sword, or you know, something like that. Excuse me, sorry. And then I gotta edit that, and hours of footage will take me probably 10 times the amount of hours to go through and scrub through it and edit it, just because I'm not good at it. And I feel like I don't know what to record. Like people are like, oh, you need B-roll, and I'm like, how do I record B-roll? Like, how do I edit B-roll? I don't know how to do this stuff. I never learned. I never really had that was never like the hobby of mine. Like, I love live streaming, but with streaming, it's like, I go live, I do what I'm doing, and I chat with you guys. And I, obviously, like, if you have a ton of people chatting, it can be hard to keep up with everyone. But this is something that, like, I feel like I'm at least okay at. Like, I don't think I'm, like, you know, an amazing streamer or anything, but, like, I enjoy this. I have fun with it. This is something that I know how to do. But making videos, editing them, making good videos, I don't know how to do that. And I've never, like, really tried to learn, but it's also not my hobby. It's not my passion. That's not the thing that I want to do. Like, that's not the thing that I feel like I'm good at. Painting, sure. Like, I love painting. I love painting on live streams too. And I'm really mad. Hold on, I'm gonna switch the camera back. Because tonight I really wanted to try non-metallic metal on this guy's shoulder pad. But it doesn't really look like metal to me. I don't think it came out correctly of how I was wanting to do it. I'm pretty happy with his face and his purple cloak thingy, but that was using real quick contrast paints, which, you know, kind of fixes that. It makes that part easy. But I was trying to do the non-metallic metal, but I've never actually watched a tutorial for it. I've just seen people paint it, and I was like, oh, this is cool, I want to do that. But I didn't know how to do it, and I struggled with it for a good chunk of tonight's stream. And even now I'm like, that doesn't meet my standard. Like, I want to paint this better, so I'm gonna have to go back later and like fix it, basically. But if you want some examples of some stuff that I have painted, because Izanagi, I don't think you were here earlier whenever I was showing off some metals, but like this is something that I painted recently. This is a chaplain for my Black Templars Warhammer 40k army. He's one of the leaders of my army. He is really good at... Oh wow, sorry, I got got out of focus. He's really good at buffing my other units. Like he gives out, oh goodness. Quit going out of focus. Come back into focus. Am I holding it too close? What am I doing here? Quit focusing on the background. Do I have my autofocus set wrong? What do I have going on here? Hold on. It should be... It should be focusing on like what's in the middle of the screen, but it keeps like, it's like, yeah, I want to focus on the stuff in the back. Thank you. I'm really happy with him. Really happy with how he came out. I've got a bunch of different things that I've done over time. Here is this guy is a Blade Guard captain. I'm pretty happy with how he came out. He's also another leader for my army. Oh my goodness. What are you focusing on, camera? What are you doing? But yeah, I'm really happy with how he came out. I still need to add like text to his little purity seals and stuff here, so he's not like 100% done. But he's really cool. I like him. And then if we get out of Warhammer, because I've painted quite a few Black Templar, because that's my main army. I also got into Star Wars Legion recently. And so like here is a Luke Skywalker I painted up. Star Wars Legion. I need to figure out a good way to like make his lightsaber look like it's glowing instead of just being like a blue pool noodle. Like the bronze parts. Me too. I'm actually really happy with how the bronze came out on those guys, and it's a very this kind of like on this guy, for example, like all the bronze trim is a very non-standard way of painting Black Templars. Black Templars normally, and I'll just grab one of these guys because I had them out earlier. Black Templars normally are like literally all black with white shoulder pads with a black cross on it. And so they would look basically like this with a big black cross on the shoulder pad. But that was too plain for me. I wanted more color, I wanted more detail. And so at first I just started adding some trim to some of the guys. So like this guy he's mostly black, but then he has a little bit of bronze trim. And this guy has lightning claws. And to me, he looked like he was like charging forward like Wolverine with the claws, like getting ready to chop somebody up real good. And then one of the other things that I did on my guys, Black Templars normally, gosh dang it, stop. I never have this much trouble with my camera focusing on the background like that. Black Templar normally have white shoulder pads. That cross is like not centered at all. It's like way off to the side. Whoops. But they normally have white shoulder pads with black crosses. But I decided that all of my melee type characters were gonna have red shoulder pads with white crosses. Now this is one of my more like standard troops. And as you can see here, he's got, you know, red shoulder pad, white cross. And same for the other shoulder pad. But yeah, this is just kind of a standard normal dude. He's got a pistol and he's got a big power sword. And so yeah, I wanted to be kind of unique with them. And then for Star Wars Legion, I also started painting up some stormtroopers. I bought a starter set for Star Wars Legion, came with a bunch of stormtroopers, Luke, Vader, some rebel troopers, some scout troopers on bikes. But I wanted to make these stormtroopers look kind of dirty. I wanted them to kind of look like the Imperial Remnant from like The Mandalorian, where like their armor is like kind of old and worn out a little bit. So I have a bunch of, here's a bunch of stormtroopers that are done, and Luke, Vader's not, he's just primed. I haven't painted him yet. Red and bronze go together very well. Thank you, thank you. I was pretty happy with how that color combination turned out. And Black Templars usually do have some red. Like a lot of times if they have capes or banners, or a lot of times their weapons are painted with like some red highlights on them, which I think is really cool. And then let's see, I also painted this purple Mon Calamari sniper because Shinny Wifey wanted him to be purple, so I painted him purple. I'm really happy with how he turned out. He's one of my rebel commandos. He goes in like a strike team or something. And then I have a bunch of rebels. These guys are ones that I speed painted on stream several months back. And I don't know, I'm really happy with how these guys turned out, especially like I did this whole squad in just a couple of hours on one stream. Like, got those guys. There's a couple more. And I was trying to like make all their outfits, like I wanted them all to match. Like they're all, there's some hair on this guy's base. Little clump of dog hair, sorry. Still have dogs, so can't get rid of the hair. But I was trying to make all of the like colors match, right? Like they're all using like shades of green, but I wanted them excuse me, sorry. None of like the rebels are kind of like, you know, a ragtag group of rebels. They don't all have like professional military gear, so all their stuff doesn't necessarily always match. And so I was trying to, you know, replicate that in my guys on the field. And then I have a couple of scout troopers that need to be painted. I haven't started on them yet. They should be fun to paint. But yeah, so I started painting Star Wars Legion recently, and I discovered I actually like the rules for Star Wars Legion a lot more than I like the rules for Warhammer. Warhammer's rules are... I did do the grass parts myself, however, like on here, I did do this, however, I'll try to explain it real quick how it works. So I used this stuff that I got from the website's called Geek Gaming Scenics, and they sell some base ready materials. And how it works, where did I put it? So I have a tub here, base ready patchy plains, and it basically is a tub full of, there's rocks, there's grass, there's dirt, sand, etc. all in here. And then they sell a fast drying basing glue, which I have right over here. So Geek Gaming Scenics, they have the sticker here for their English website, from in England, I should say, in the UK. But they have I think it's like geekgamingscenics.com. Like they have a .com website as well, and they shipped from here in the United States. But this fast drying basing glue, it's got like a nice little pointed tip to apply it. You just squirt a little bit of that onto like the base. So like for example, this guy here, if I wanted to do his, I would squirt some here and maybe some back here. Then I would take an old paintbrush, one that I don't really care about, dip it in some water, mostly dry it off, but keep it a little bit damp. Then I would take the glue and just brush it all over his base. He's not quite ready to be based, or else I would just do one right now to show you. But I don't have any of them up here that are ready for that. But so you would just kind of brush it on there real careful, try not to get it on the edges, but just on the top. Then you literally take the whole miniature and you dunk it into that tub. And it didn't come in a tub like that. It actually came in like a plastic bag, but I poured it into just a Rubbermaid container because it makes it so much easier. But you dunk him in there and kind of shake it around a little bit and lift him straight up out of it. And then you let it set for 10 or 15 seconds maybe. And then you turn it back upside down and shake it a little bit, and most of the loose stuff will come loose. You still end up getting bits and pieces that come off later, but most of it comes off pretty quick. But like, I don't know if you can see, like here in the tub, there's like a little bit of sand like around the edges, and like little pieces of grass that have like flaked off, but like all of them were done this way, where they're just dipped into the base ready material. It makes it so easy, it's so fast, and honestly, like, I think it looks really good. And they have a ton of different, like Geek Gaming Scenics has like 30 or 40 different base ready lines, like different ranges. Like you can have one that's like red dirt to look like Martian soil. There's some that look like alien dirt or terrain or grass. I have another one. Where's is it in here? I bought two, and I was actually kind of disappointed with this one. Base ready scrublands. On the picture online, they looked more different than they are, but this one is just a little bit rockier, and then the grass is like this, I don't know, kind of mossy flocking stuff. I don't think this one looks as good as the other one. Sorry, I had to mute myself so I could cough. I've got a tickle in my throat. I'm not sick or anything, I just... Gosh dang it. That's what I get for talking all day at work. And then coming home and trying to stream too. I was trying to think. So like this guy, his I did a different way. I brushed on some like kind of mud looking stuff. Excuse me, sorry. Really sorry about that. And then I added just like a little tuft of grass here. And I don't think this looks nearly as good as the other one. I like how the other one turned out much better. Gotta head off now. It was nice seeing you guys again. See ya, Izanagi. I need to head off too. I actually meant to head off a while ago, and then I got caught up talking with everyone again. But oh goodness, and now, thanks internet. Now I'm dropping frames again. My favorite. Am I seriously at 0 kilobits per second? There's a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of kilobits per second now. A little bit of bit rate. But it was actually storming here earlier, so I've been surprised at how stable tonight's stream was, considering how bad it was storming earlier. Like, we were having some really good thunderstorms and everything. But, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Izanagi, if you're still there, thanks for watching. Random user, really appreciate you stopping by. Anyone else who may be here, I don't get the thing in OBS telling me like with Twitch, it would tell me like how many viewers, like I could see it here in OBS, but I can't see that for YouTube. So if there's anyone else out there, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. And yeah, see you guys next time.